Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. How are you all doing? I am doing really great. I'm trying my best to hide this bottle. I forgot it was here. But I'm sure you know why it's here. I don't know why I always try to do the surprises when you can like literally, that is the reason why you click. But yeah, this is Casey, and as you probably know, I do fragrances here. And if you haven't seen some of my videos already and my first initial thoughts about some of this Khadlaj collection, now is your chance. We're deep diving into one of the boss fragrances from there. I have to get something off my chest. Do you know what's been stuck in my head lately? I don't know if you know that song, like that French song, like family, family, da da da, family, my baby, da da da. I have to say, do you know one thing about me is I will not know the language, but like I will make sure that I am singing that song. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Let's get started, shall we? So let me introduce the fragrance. So this is Le Prestige Bold by the Khadlaj collection. This was a Prestige collection that came out like earlier last year. No, this year actually, because that's when I got it. And yeah, it's one of 4 bottles and it came in a red bottle. Now, there has been a lot of back and forth about this fragrance, and I haven't gotten another like version of this for me to tell you the difference between the new and the old formulations, to be quite honest. This fragrance in particular has been said that the newer bottles smell like Baccarat Rouge, the red. And now, if you follow my channel, you know that I really want Baccarat Rouge. Now, actually, I'll be honest, lately I've been feeling like, I could do without that in my collection. I don't know. I smelled someone who had it on and it just gave me the ick that day. And so it's like, I was like, I don't want it anymore. But I don't know if whether that's a permanent thing or not. Like sometimes, you know, that kind of happens and, you know, you get over it and suddenly you start craving it again. But my whole point is, because I really wanted Baccarat Rouge in my collection, I really didn't want to go for a subpar version of that fragrance. I already have Red Temptation, and that just, while it smells good it's Red Temptation by Zara, even though that smells good, it doesn't always hit because it has this like strong metallic vibe. And so because of that, I just kind of was like, okay, I'm just gonna wait for the best rendition of it. And so when I heard that this was coming out, I actually rushed to buy these fragrances because I did not want them to go out of stock, and specifically this was one that I wanted the OG version of and not the Baccarat Rouge version of. In fact, I was gonna throw myself into the floor and cry if I had gotten the Baccarat Rouge bottle, because that would have meant whether I liked it or not, I would have had to finish that bottle before I got a proper bottle of Baccarat Rouge. And with my collection at that point, this would take me years. So I'm just not willing to put that much commitment to it. But apparently it was worth the risk because I went and ordered it. It wasn't in stock. So it was like that whole thing of like, oh my God, which one am I gonna get? Which literally until the last minute that it landed here. And I am so happy to say this was definitely the OG rendition of that fragrance. Now, let's talk about the notes. Again, I have to take them off the Khadlaj fragrance brand website, because for some reason, Fragrantica does not have does not have the notes on there or have permission for people to comment. Now, the opening has some bergamot and some jasmine, some amber and some saffron and some fir and some cedarwood. Now, this is definitely I don't know, I feel like that is the wrong notes. I feel like that's the notes for the newer one. Don't ask me to explain it. Okay, yes, I found one. I found one that actually feels good. Okay, so this is bergamot, coconut, saffron, violet, jasmine, dry wood, accord, and then we have some sandalwood, some patchouli, and some vanilla. Now, this is classified as a floral woody fragrance, and I totally back myself up on that. That sounds absolutely accurate. A few people were saying this kind of flew kind of close to Herba Pura, or what's the other fragrance that's close to Herba Pura? Kirke. And I just say those people are absolutely insane. Maybe closer to Kirke, but honestly, no. This is strong jasmine. This is a strong jasmine, violet, wood, and coconut fragrance, right? In the opening, you definitely smell that bergamot, but it's in the background and it kind of gives it like this fresh bitterness to the fragrance. The coconut is so in the middle of this. It's that kind of creamy coconut texture that almost kind of, I would see it as almost as a middle note that like amalgamates every other note in this fragrance. So you have the bergamot being drowned out by the coconut. You have the jasmine and the violet really, really like front and center, but almost being stamped on the coconut rather than being like submerged inside the coconut, if that's making sense. And then you have a dry wood accord that's like not an oud accord, it's like literal wood. That's also kind of stamped on the outside, like literal, because it's still dry and you can still kind of feel that, like you can really feel the dryness of the wood, I have to be honest. And then you have some patchouli that's almost like blended inside the coconut, but it's honestly not drowned out. It almost gives the jasmine that kick. And you guys know what I always say with jasmine, it always smells like soap to me. And definitely I get that from here. It smells like a very lavish coconut, soapy kind of fragrance with some dry wood. The dry wood really kind of makes it a lot more bougier than it is. And the vanilla also plays the same part as the coconut. I almost would say that coconut is a coconut vanilla or a vanilla coconut. I don't know. Yeah, a vanilla coconut. But yeah, this is a very, very floral, jasmine forward fragrance. I have to say that. To me, I'll be honest, because I heard that it was kind of closer to Kirke and it was like this creamy fragrance, I really, really was excited. But the more I've had this fragrance in my collection, honestly, I haven't reached out for it much. It has an amber feel to it. This is not like the amber that you would get in like kind of those brown looking fragrances, if you know exactly what I mean by that, those ones that kind of come off kind of boozy, like Grand Soir or Tobacco or anything around, like if it's the brown kind of amber, it's not that kind of amber. It's almost like a resin amber in here that kind of just lifts up the fragrance but also gives it some depth. Definitely smells like it has some amber. Also smells like it has some musk, even though it's not listed. The musk gives it like this cleanness and this powderiness that gets to my head every single time. And you know what? When I really first got these fragrances, I was really, really excited. I was like, oh my God, look, they're so well blended. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this fragrance now. I haven't even worn it that many times and it just doesn't do it for me. Maybe in summertime, I'll be more excited to wear them because they actually got around when it was about to be fall. But I just don't know. I'm not sold. In fact, they kind of make my head hurt sometimes. They're just not well blended. They're falsely well blended, if that can make sense. Like they just slammed together a couple of notes that smell like it's a really good blend, like that coconut or whatever it was they put together. But then everything else is just kind of jam-packed everywhere. And that's my honest opinion. I was really personally really hyped. Excuse me. I do feel like I do have the potential to keep wearing this fragrance. I will wear them out until I'm sick of them, but they're definitely not fragrances I would go and buy again. They're definitely fragrances that I might say I regret because there are other fragrances in my collection that I would like to get, even though I got them at a pretty decent price. I think at the time they were trying to be sold at 50. I think I managed to get them just around 27, 29, which I think is well worth their money. And I would even say Latafa would do us better than this and sell them for 15 euro. Maybe I'm just being a cheapskate, but that's me telling the truth. But yeah, other than that, like the fragrance is nice. it is very much of a more summer fragrance. I just wouldn't lean towards it during wintertime, because I really like my masculine leaning fragrances, my ambers, my woody kind of fragrances and mysterious fragrances at this time of the year. I definitely hope I fall in love with them during the summertime. This, you know, the next coming summer in the next coming year. But up until then, I mean, I'm not holding my breath. But I will make the most of the purchase that I made, and I will start to mix it up with some other fragrances to blend it up and see whether I like it or not. But until then, I'm not holding my breath. Now, who do I think... Sorry, I got cut off for a second there, but as I was saying, I will definitely be making the most of my purchase with this one. I just can't make... I just can't throw them away. I'm kind of too invested now. But who do I think this would be perfect for? I really think it would be good for someone who loves their jasmine, who loves their soapy vibes, who loves an easy wear. I definitely feel like it could be a signature fragrance. Now, even though I don't feel like it's well blended and it doesn't work well, I actually don't still think it's horrible. I do think it's a good wear. I just don't know, first of all, whether you need all four of them, because they just do the same thing in a different way, to me anyway. But I definitely think one is easy to gift, it's easy to wear, it's a signature fragrance. This would definitely really be nice in the summertime, that sweet jasmine, that dry wood. The wood doesn't make it masculine in any sense, like that, you know, man of the woods type vibe. No. It really kind of just adds a little bit of a depth and pairs back the sweetness from the peach and the blackcurrant, which we never smell, and just kind of adds like an edge to the florals. So which I guess it kind of gives it like a little bit of a realism, but also brings it back with the coconut and the vanilla. I really hope I'm making sense here. When it comes to lasting power, even though I dreamt that it would do 8 hours, I really feel like it comes closer to 6 hours, and that might not be bad. I definitely don't think this is the type of fragrance you want to overspray to make it last 8 hours. It will cloy you and make you sick. Well, it does to me. And so I would definitely wear maybe 6 sprays, 4 sprays, but definitely not more than that. Yeah, I'm sorry, I was thinking for a second whether I would put more, like maybe if I'm putting more, I'm putting lower part of my body, but like what's the point, because nobody's gonna smell your legs when you walk by. But yeah, that's what I normally do anyway. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I don't know if you guys have smelled this rendition of Bold, or what do you think about the Khadlaj line? Am I being absolutely mental? See, this is another reason why I will absolutely de-influence you and remind you to, first of all, buy your samples, but second of all, do not buy into the hype. Wait until the fragrances have sat, because I complain all the time about YouTubers, you know, making their making the hype, and then in 2 weeks, 3 weeks time they come back to say sorry, and look who's at that same seat now. Me. Don't trust me, don't listen to me. If I'm hyped up about something, sit back, let it play out, and watch me become the clown of the circus. Okay? Don't be the clown along with me. Okay? Until next time, let me know what you think. Bye.